What's going on, y'all? In this video, I want to talk about 5 habits that keep me fit and self-aware at 42. All right, so I recently celebrated a birthday, and this is not to toot my own horn, but a lot of the time I get told that I look a lot younger than I am, and I wanted to just make a video sharing like simple habits, man, that I think keep me having like a youthful vibe. They keep me um, being productive in my life, moving with efficiency through my life, like at my job, and just how I move through my life, and being able to move through life with mental clarity, strength, um, and things like that. Things that keep you focused and keep you kind of going getting you where you need to go. All right. So these are just some habits that I want to share with you, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. The first habit that keeps me fit and self-aware at 42 is that I get good sleep. All right. Good sleep is underrated. A lot of us, man, it's almost like we don't even care about how many hours of sleep we get a night, especially the younger you are. You know, when I was in my 20s, even my early 30s, especially when I used to drink too and be out late at night, it was like I didn't really value my sleep. You know, I was functioning off of 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep. And now at 42, you know, I make sure I try to get at least 7 hours of sleep. I shoot for 7.5 hours. And man, it'll change your life. You know, you think you're getting good sleep, you think you're functioning well out here. You won't really experience that until you've gotten some more sleep, and then you really experience what it feels like to be like well rested. You know, especially if you work out to really help your recovery and your muscles and your mental have everything heal up and bounce back faster when you're getting good sleep. Now, the second habit that keeps me fit and self-aware at 42 is that I don't party. All right, believe it or not, you know, I don't drink alcohol. I do dabble with some plant medicine. I'll say that every once in a while. Not even every once in a while. I got a healthy relationship with it. But what I will say is I don't party. I'm not out at the bars anymore. Definitely ain't doing no clubs. You know, rarely will you see me out. Now, I go out into the world every now and again. It might be a game on TV I might want to go see. Maybe. Usually I'm at the crib watching it. But, you know, I try to be social when you get older and when you get more self-aware and you know yourself, you kind of know like, all right, I could use some social interaction. You know, maybe I need to go on a date. Maybe I need to go hang out with the homies or something like that. Like, you can feel it as you get older. You know when you're craving that, you need that social engagement, but not to the degree of like being out late, partying, sacrificing your sleep. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, you know, have some fun, man. Go on a vacation. Like I said, go hang out with the homies. Don't be a robot. Don't be a hermit. But for the most part, your main routine, you know, like I said, I don't party. You know, I keep a clear head. I used to party quite a bit. Used to be out 4, 5 in the morning. I work in the serving industry, so you know, you get off work, you go hang out with your coworkers, you go get brews, end up having late nights, whatever. The older you get, man, you step into your 40s, late 30s, whatever, you start to realize, yo, that partying stuff it just keeps me from where I'm really trying to get. It keeps my head too foggy. And yeah, you just kind of outgrow it at some point. Now, the third habit that keeps me fit and self-aware at 42 is doing physical activity. Now, I would have just said working out, but I'm an authentic, transparent type dude, and I haven't worked out in the gym in 2 months. And that's simply because I dislocated my shoulder. I messed up my right shoulder, fell off a skateboard at a skate park with my son 2 months ago. So I've been going through this rehab process and just started physical therapy. I've only had 2 sessions. They told me don't do any overhead pressing in the gym. So this week coming is going to be like the first time I'm getting back to like doing legs and feeling confident and, you know, moving plates and stuff like that. I am not trying to have this thing dislocate again. That was some of the most painful stuff I've experienced in my life. And I'm trying to do everything I can to strengthen this thing before I get back in the gym. And just really trusting the process. Now, what I'm saying this to just share that physical activity every day or every other day, whatever works for your schedule, is very important, man. It's important to move your body. It's underrated how when you're going through life and stress is hitting you, your emotional state, emotions get stuck in you. I'm not gonna get all into the science of this type of stuff, but it's important to move your body around. You move the stress through your body. You move stuck emotions through your body. It's good to get outside, man. Summertime just hit. Get outside in the sun. Move your body. Go for walks. Go shoot basketball. It doesn't have to be, full-on workouts. I enjoy lifting weights. I enjoy being strong, feeling capable, feeling confident. But maybe you're somebody who doesn't like the gym setting. My sister, for example, she hates the gym setting. You know what I mean? She likes to get outside, and there's a lot of people like that. They like to go on hikes. So whatever it is, just do some physical activity. It could be something as simple as doing push-ups every day. All right? Move your body. The fourth habit that keeps me fit and self-aware at 42 is I spend time alone. And to be real, I spend a lot of time alone. I'm not in a relationship right now, so I'm a single dude. So I already got time to myself. I love it. It allows me to be able to create for my YouTube channel. It allows me to be able to move freely through life how I want to move. This is not to knock anybody who's in a relationship or anything like that. It's cool to connect. It's cool to have a significant other that you can go through life with and share life's experiences with. I ain't knocking that at all. But what I'm saying is spending time, even if you're in a relationship, it's important to be able to carve out time for yourself, man. It's good to be able to work on those things that you're trying to work on. Really, for example, your mental health, your mindset, self-improvement, your physical. These are all things that you need to set aside time for yourself to really work on. Make sure you're going to the gym. Make sure that you're reading books when you can. You know what I mean? Make sure that you just set aside time to get away from your phone, get away from the noise of the world. It can be very distracting and it can get very loud at times. So it's very important to spend time alone so that you can recalibrate yourself, so that you can get to a point. I was just talking to my son, my 7-year-old son, about this the other day. He literally was asking me, like, what does it mean to be grounded? And, I was telling him, it's being able to get yourself back to zero. When you might get riled up, get angry, get irritated, getting yourself back to zero. And spending time alone is a great practice for you to be able to get yourself back to zero, so that when life hits you, because you all know it's going to hit you, that them curveballs are coming. When it hits you, you're able to handle it a bit better. You've studied yourself, you've sat with yourself, you've learned who you are. All right. If you're getting any value out of this video so far, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. And if you're enjoying this video, if you're getting some value out of this, and you want to dive deeper into self-mastery, understanding yourself a bit deeper so that you can take control of yourself out here living in the world, so that the world is not knocking you around and it feels like the world has control over you. Get off of autopilot. Learn how to hold yourself accountable. Learn how to follow through. If that sounds like something you struggle with but you want to get better at doing, then use the link in the description and book a one-on-one call with me, okay? Now back to this last habit that keeps me fit and self-aware at 42. It's simple. I keep promises to myself. My dad taught me at a very, very young age, if you say you're going to do something, do it. That has been instilled in me. And I've learned that a lot of us don't keep promises to ourselves. We tell ourselves we'll get to it tomorrow, we'll get to it the next day. And before you know it, the next day has become the next week and become the next month. And something that you've really been trying to work on and trying to change in your life, it just gets away from you. It keeps getting away from you. You got to start keeping promises to yourself. And some of the examples of how I do that, simple ways. Like I said, this list is very simple, man. It's not complicated. This is elementary. Little ways I keep promises to myself. When I get up in the morning, I get up 90 minutes before I have to go to my job. That's a promise I keep to myself. It allows me time to wake up before I go to work, so I'm not waking up at work. I make my bed when I get up in the morning. I sit for 10 minutes before I go to my job. Like I said, spending that time alone, get my mind right. I'm not going to give you a whole nother second list here, but I'm just giving you some examples of some things, some examples of ways you can keep promises to yourself. If you say you want to start working out, sit down and write out a plan of what that looks like, all right, so that you can teach yourself how to follow through. Okay, you got to start keeping promises to yourself, man. Because a lot of us look out in the world and we look at people like, damn, they didn't keep that promise to me. They said they was going to do something and they didn't do that. Look at yourself. How good are you at doing that with yourself? Do you fall through? Do you cancel plans? Cancel plans on yourself. Really start working on that. All right? That's all I got for you in this video. Again, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you check out the video right here floating on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.